Organised crime. Selling alcohol obviously became big business when it was illegal, and the speakeasies needed alcohol for the demand of the people. The booze that came into the speakeasies and the protection rackets they ran to make sure they controlled those speakeasies threatened to damage not only property but people's livelihoods and lives, meant that these people were immensely powerful and also immensely dangerous. The most famous of these was obviously Al Capone. He gained control of Chicago by bribing local officials, politicians, policemen. He didn't fear arrest and operated totally openly, knowing full well that he could bribe a jury and or a judge if it ever came to trial. He employed up to 1,000 men in sort of like a private army. His business activities were reckoned to be worth somewhere between $60 million and $100 million. However, he had to be prepared to use very underhand tactics. Back in 1929, Bugs Moran's gang, who was also fighting for control over the illegal alcohol in Chicago, were in a warehouse on St. Valentine's Day. Al Capone's gang, disguised as police officers in some cases, went into this warehouse, asked the men to stand up against the wall as if they were going to search them, and mow them down. This allowed Al Capone to dominate Bugs Moran. He disappeared off the scene, and it showed the lengths that these gangsters were prepared to go to. And from now on, there was a tit-for-tat between Bugs Moran's gang and Capone's gang, and people lost their lives, but pretty much Capone now was the dominant force in the Chicago area. With the Wall Street crash of 1929, a lot of people said, oh, that's got to be it now. With so many people out of work in the Depression, maybe the drinks industry would give people a job at least. Loads of people are unemployed. It was not until the 1932 presidential election, where Franklin Roosevelt, pictured here, promised to repeal prohibition and get rid of it. This involved another amendment to the Constitution, which became known as the 21st Amendment, and this came into force in 1933. So America had been dry from alcohol for about 13 years. And in that time, you had seen the growth of gangsters, the growth of illegal speakeasies, and the beginning of lawlessness in certain cities. By getting rid of it, Roosevelt did America a massive favour.